guys.
Ever felt overwhelmed by stress? You're not alone. Stress is a universal experience, a natural response to the demands of life. It's like that time when I was handed a colossal project at work with a seemingly impossible deadline. My heart raced, my palms were sweaty, it felt like I was standing at the foot of a mountain with no climbing gear. But the first step wasn't to start the climb, it was to acknowledge the mountain itself. I had to accept the reality of my situation, the workload, the deadline, and yes, the stress. I had to admit that I was feeling overwhelmed, and that it was okay to feel that way. You see, acceptance isn't defeat, it's an acknowledgement of reality, a necessary prelude to any plan of action. So the next time you're feeling stressed, don't shy away from it. Remember, acknowledging your stress is the first step towards managing it. Now that we've accepted stress, how can we tackle it? A great way to start is by breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Think of it as slicing a large, daunting pie into bite-sized pieces. Each piece is a task that's easy to digest, and before you know it, you've consumed the whole pie. For example, planning a busy week can feel overwhelming. Instead, try breaking it down into daily to-do lists. Monday, you could focus on finishing up that report. Tuesday, you might dedicate to brainstorming for the upcoming project. Wednesday could be for catching up on emails, and so on. Doing so makes each day more manageable and less stressful. You could use a traditional planner for this, or even a digital planning app. There are numerous tools available to help you organize your tasks in a way that suits you best. Breaking tasks down makes them feel more achievable, reducing stress. What if the situation is out of your control? It's a question we often ask ourselves when we're caught in the whirlwind of stress. But here's the key. It's not always about controlling the situation, but rather identifying what aspects of it you can influence and which ones you can't. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Remember when I was transitioning jobs? The uncertainty was overwhelming, but I realized that I couldn't control the hiring process or the job market. What I could control was how I presented myself. I focused on updating my resume, honing my interview skills, and expanding my network. By distinguishing between the controllable and uncontrollable aspects of a stressful situation, we can channel our energy more productively. It's about steering the ship in the storm, not trying to halt the storm itself. So, the next time you're faced with a stressful situation, remember this. Channel your energy into the things you can control, and let go of what you can't. Is it all work and no play for you? If so, it's time to rethink that approach. In our hectic lives, we often forget to pause and take care of ourselves, but self-care isn't just about bubble baths and spa days. It's about dedicating time to activities that rejuvenate your mind and body. For instance, my self-care routine includes reading a chapter of a good book each night before bed. It's a simple act, but it helps me unwind and disconnect from the day's stress. Or it could be as simple as taking a walk in the park, enjoying the fresh air, and appreciating nature's beauty. These activities may seem small, but they significantly contribute to our mental and emotional well-being. They provide a sense of relaxation and a much-needed break from our daily grind. So, don't forget to make time for things that bring you joy and a sense of well-being. Remember, taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Feeling lonely in your struggle with stress? It's crucial to remember that you don't have to face it alone. Connecting with loved ones can be a powerful tool in managing stress. It's natural to feel hesitant about burdening others with your worries, but sharing your feelings can lighten your load. Remember, loved ones are there for you, not just during the sunny days but also when the storm clouds gather. Imagine having a virtual coffee date with a friend, exchanging stories, laughter, and sometimes tears. Or setting up a family movie night, where you can unwind and enjoy the comfort of familiar company. These seemingly simple activities can have a profound impact on your well-being. They remind you that you're not alone, that you're loved and cared for. Engaging with your social support network isn't a sign of weakness, but a step towards resilience. Don't hesitate to reach out. Your loved ones can be your strongest support system. Ever felt like your mind is running a marathon? Let's slow down that pace with mindfulness. This technique, often associated with meditation or yoga, is about being fully present in the moment. It's like hitting the pause button on a fast-forwarding mind. Mindfulness allows us to center our thoughts, pushing aside the noise of everyday life. It's a chance to breathe, to focus, and to simply be. Imagine a serene lake, calm and undisturbed. That's what mindfulness aims to bring to your mind, a sense of calmness and tranquility. Now, let's try a simple mindfulness exercise. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly. Focus on your breath, the rise and fall of your chest. Let your thoughts come and go, but always return to your breath. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine can make a world of difference. Mindfulness can help you live in the present, reducing stress and improving focus. Are you taking on more than you can handle? If so, it's time to learn the art of saying no. There's a common misconception that saying no is a sign of weakness, but in reality, it's a mark of strength and self-awareness. It's about understanding and setting boundaries for yourself, about recognizing your limits and prioritizing your well-being. Let's take an example from my own life. I once found myself overwhelmed with work commitments, feeling like I was drowning in tasks. It took a toll on my health and my personal life. It was then that I realized that I needed to set boundaries. So, I started declining additional work, especially when it was beyond my capacity. It wasn't easy at first, but over time it became an empowering experience. The key takeaway here is that it's okay to say no when necessary. It's not selfish, but rather a form of self-care. Remember, saying no can be empowering and crucial for maintaining balance in your life. So how can we manage stress? Let's rehash the key points. First, we need to acknowledge that stress is a natural part of life. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. Next, we tackle challenges by breaking them down into smaller, manageable steps. We focus on what we can control, channeling our energy into areas where we can make a change. Prioritizing self-care is essential. It's all about rejuvenating the mind and body with activities that bring joy and relaxation. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out to friends and family for support. Practice mindfulness techniques like meditation or yoga to center your thoughts and bring calmness. Lastly, learn to set boundaries. It's okay to say no when necessary. Prioritize your well-being and be mindful of your limits. Remember, managing stress is a journey. Practice these techniques and find what works best for you. You are not alone in this journey.